How are you guys? Welcome back. In this video, aquarium plant fertilization. We're going to go right into it, share all my experience, my view on the fertilizers, what they are, what types they are, all that stuff to come. Alright guys, so I'm sitting down now comfortably. I hope you're sitting down somewhere comfortably too. And let's crack on with this video on aquarium plant fertilizers. First, what we'll do is we'll change that to aquarium plant food, or just plant food, because that's what we're talking about today, is plant food. That's what the whole thing means, fertilization. It's basically food for plants. And in this video, what I want to do is, I want to break it down to as simple as I can. Because it is a bit of a minefield, this whole plant food or fertilization thing. And unless you've got letters after your name, you probably won't understand half the stuff you need. So I'm going to try and break it right down to as simple as I possibly can. So to help you keep it simple. That's what I want to do. I want to simplify it all down. And I'm going to share with you my experience throughout the last 5 years on planting tanks, and share what I've learned, the mistakes I've made, and how I've found a way of making it a bit more simple and easier to do and easy to use. So you're starting off with a beginning. We all need a beginning. So the beginning of your aquarium is your substrate, your base layer. That could be aqua soil, it could be sand, it could be a planting substrate. Whichever you choose to use is absolutely fine. However, one top tip would be, and again only my experience, but try to use gravels. I first used gravels in my first planted aquarium, my dual aquarium, and it was okay, but I had a lot of problems, a lot of issues with the gravel. It's very hard to maintain. Plants uprooted themselves, didn't stay in there. The carpet didn't really work. So yeah, if you can use sand or aqua soil, they are definitely the preferred methods in my opinion, and you should have more success. So you've got your substrate sorted, you've got your beginning. To add to that beginning, you can add in different products to give you that boost at the beginning. Now I'm going to give you some examples. These are not sponsored, just ones I've got lying at home. So these are a root tab water plant fertilizer by a company called Ista, which I've used a lot of their, I've used a lot of their products in the past. Yeah, they're pretty good. These are little tiny weird looking shaped things actually, aren't they? Is that that focus? Just about. And you'd push these in to your substrate, and that gives you that extra boost of plant food at the beginning. Another type of them would be, I've got them in this little kit here. These are little sticks, little fertilizing sticks. These are great because they're a bit easier, I find, to actually push into the substrate. They're also, you can actually smash these up, make a lot of fine powder, and do it that way. And then obviously you can put the powder down, put your aqua soil or sand, whatever's on top of that, and you've got a nice, real strong start to your aquarium with plant food at the beginning. Like I say, if you have that better start from the beginning, you're going to have more success. That's what I've learned going forward in several aquariums after my first one, is to start really well. Okay, so you've done all that. Everything's going really well. Plants are growing, but your plants are going to need more food. They are going to need more food. Yes, you can get food from the fish waste. Of course, yeah, eventually fish will excrete waste. That will produce nutrients, plants will feed. And if it's really heavily stocked, yeah, you might be okay. You might never need to give your plants any food. But if you're growing nice plants, you want that really good colour, healthy looking plants, you are probably going to need to add at some point some sort of plant food. And this is where it gets confusing. This is where you can really kind of get yourself in a bit of a twist, because you've got different nutrients. You're going to hear about macronutrients, micronutrients, adding iron and adding this and adding that, and it can be really confusing, really confusing. So my tip and what I've learned is just to really find a decent all-in-one fertilizer. Get whichever one's in your local shop. This is the one I use at the moment. This is Profito from Easy Life. all-in-one, professional, really good fertiliser. Nice and easy to use. You simply measure your desired capful, put it into your aquarium, and you can do that in two ways really. I'll explain them now. Yeah, so you can put these in two ways. So there's two kind of methods that, well, the ones that I've experienced or learned about and I use. Something like a lean dosing method. This would be basically to use maybe your required amount of fertiliser once a week, usually during your water change. Add in your fertiliser, run the aquarium for the week, and do the same the week after. You've also got dosing it kind of like an overdose method, where you'd use it pretty much every day, maybe a smaller amount, but you use it every single day. Then you must do a much larger water change at the end of that week, just to make sure everything's reset and you're not going to be covered in algae everywhere and massive excess nutrients. Certainly if you're using a high-tech aquarium with high lighting, although this is dimmed right now for this video, by the way, it's been dimmed down, and if you're using CO2, which I have in the cabinet, you can't even see that, there you go, never mind, but CO2 is in there. Then yeah, sorry about that's my dog. If you do use, high energy tanks, you probably are going to need more plant food. Plants are going to grow faster, they're going to be more hungry, just like ourselves. We go for a massive run, we're hungry, we need more food. Not that I go for massive runs at all, but yeah. So that's what you want to do really. Just find one in your local shop. I've used different ones. I don't consign myself to one fertiliser. That's probably not a good idea sometimes, but where I live, products can be scarce and I might not always get this one when I want it, so I'd pick up something different. Once it's an all-in-one fertiliser, it's a good brand, it's not something cheap or rubbish, you should be okay. I've had no real adverse effects from swapping out a brand for a week or two, once they're both top brands, or even something that's recommended or good. This is a great one. I find it absolutely fantastic. A recap now. So we've gone from the beginning and we talked about our substrate and having that great start, beginning of your aquarium, to give your plants a really good feed before you go forward in your early stages of your aquarium. Help you to battle all these beginning issues of algae and all the things that happen when we start an aquarium. Then you're going to learn, eventually, you're going to need to buy some sort of plant food and start feeding your plants. And keep it simple, guys. That's my message today. Keep it as simple as you can. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Unless you're running some sort of contest aquarium, which is definitely not, where you need to have it pristine and certain plants need to be certain colours at certain stages, then yeah, by all means, do your research, start looking into different nutrients, different chemicals, and enjoy, because that's great as well. But if you're just a hobbyist at home, like me, simply buy some food. That's it. Keep it as simple as that. Once your plants have light, they have food, they should grow, they should look pretty amazing. I did nothing special to this aquarium. Yes, it's got good lighting. I give it good food, and I get these lovely colours. I mean, the Rotala in this tank is a popping, beautiful dark red. And I'm not adding any super chemicals, I'm not adding micro, macro nutrients, just only one fertiliser, water changes, and good lighting. And obviously in time, when the substrate depletes, you'll just add in more of them root tabs into your substrate to get that going again. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Keep it simple.